Darren with Confident Home Solutions, licensed general contractor, builder, remodeler in North Carolina. We got Harley here. Harley's always here, just maybe not in front of the camera. What are we here for?
12-volt light miniature battle.
Just a second. We're talking about this 12-volt light?
And this one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, so Harley just got this DeWALT 12-volt light. He's yeah.
Done things with it in the crawl space already.
He just apparently doesn't like the Bosch, which I think is pretty excellent, except for these stupid batteries. I don't know what Milwaukee and Bosch has got going on.
So the number one thing that I saw...
You better hope you don't have arthritis, because you're not going to get these batteries out.
The number disadvantage I saw with those Bosch lights, which you did a review on.
Which is none.
Yes, is there's no battery gauge, so you're starting out the workday in a crawl space, so you don't know how much battery life is.
Okay.
It's always best to crawl 60 feet in a crawl space.
I will give you that.
And then figure out that you have a dead battery.
Can you find anything else negative about them?
No belt clip, which I already
What?
used. Yeah. Oh, come on.
What? Well, I'm just saying. Okay, what else?
So I'm going to show you guys the light. Let's go ahead and go through some features. It doesn't swivel in a full 360. It does more like a 180. So it'll turn this way and it will turn the other way. So normally I just turn it straight, and if you want to face it this way, like normally I hang it on metal, there's a magnet right here. And I can point it that way, or I can turn the head, or if I want to hang it upside down, I just pivot this down and turn it a certain direction. It's pretty cool. Okay, first to start with, this is how it's able to hold on this awesome jet vacuum, is it has a magnet on the bottom, which is actually fairly strong. And I'm going to show you guys all the features. So it pivots up, of course pivots down, but you can turn it 180, so flat line. It doesn't go all the way around because they don't want it pinching the wire. And then you can turn it down and do it both of those ways. So technically it is 360, just you have to spin the head around each time. To let it set straight up, you have to take this little shoe out and pivot it down, and it lets it set flat. Oh, it has a little screw hole right here, which this is actually how I hold it in the work fan. I put a screw in the side of our plywood, and it goes on there, and then you just push it down in that slot and it hangs on the wall.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool for storage. That's how I store it. And that's pretty much, it has a real durable button here that I'm pretty sure is sealed from water and dust, because it's 100% lined with rubber. So that's pretty cool. I've already had this out in the rain multiple times, so I would say it's waterproof for general use.
Okay.
The next thing is the battery. It has, of course, I think it's the 2 amp and higher 12-volt batteries have the fuel gauge on them. And I think it's the 2 amp and lower I don't see battery gauges on those. So to get the battery in is a little tricky, because when you pull it out, the belt clip naturally wants to go up. So you have to kind of insert the battery on an angle and then kind of like rock it in place. If you try to put it in like this, normally, well, I guess it does go in, but sometimes I've had it kind of pinch the prongs up in there if you don't rock it in. And it just snaps in place.
Okay, so like I mentioned, if you guys haven't seen, I showed how to put that protective lens covering from a welding helmet on. First thing he did was, when he got it, is he got back and cut one of the welding helmet shields up, put it on it, and that way he doesn't have to worry about scratching. Let's go out and see what this thing looks like outside.
Yep. So it's like halfway between light and dark right now. It's not too dark outside, but I'm just lighting up this tree here. I think this is pretty impressive for 130 lumens. So.
Yeah, it seems to be lit quite a bit better. So it definitely has a hot spot. You can see that right there. But then the fill, yes, it's got quite a bit of spills on out there, quite a ways. Having worked in the crawl space with it, a couple times?
Yeah.
it works pretty well.
And it's not overly blinding. Like a lot of times in crawl spaces, if you have work lights, you're always destined to shine it right in your eyes for some reason.
Yeah.
And I've shined it right in my eyes multiple times, and it's right there at the lumens to where it's not 100% blinding you.
Are you up to trying it right now?
Well, I don't want to have any light in my eyes, but do it.
I
Just
won't
do it.
No, I won't do it.
I'll do it.
No.
Here, you guys do it.
No, I ain't doing it. Oh, it's you! Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit that out.
Or will you?
I'm sorry. You see what I deal with right here. So, either way. So, you've owned that for what? A couple weeks now?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Well, I already had the 12-volt drills, so I'm already on DeWALT's 12-volt platform, and
Which are pretty excellent.
it has, like I said, really good runtime from what I experienced. I actually am going to have to do a test. I want to run one 100% dead on a 2 amp, and then we'll run 100% dead on a 3 amp battery that I have. So
yeah, it seemed like they got really good life so far. And the 130 lumens, they're being pretty conservative with it.
one thing I was going to be, when I first got it, I was like, well, I only have 3 batteries, and I have 3 12-volt tools. So I was kind of worried about, you
didn't want to steal a battery.
I didn't want to steal a battery
No,
if the drills need them, but since this has so much runtime by itself, that it's not going to be stealing that extra battery.
Right. So, okay, well, how much did that cost?
Was it 50? 49.99?
I don't know.
I think it was 49.99.
I forget what it was.
They never have deals on this one, and I've never seen it. It's an old light.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Final conclusions.
I should have bought this a while ago. So
Should have.
pretty cool light.
I want to point out a couple things I just saw. It's got these rubber bumpers right here. Come on, focus. Rubber bumpers right there. They're pretty cool. As far as when it comes down, you can hear it's actually going against those rubber bumpers. This is, I've just put my hands on this more here just recently than I haven't really touched this, this belt clip. Of course the camera's not there, but, I think that's going to be a big advantage. I mean, I think a lot of people would really like that. Where it would be for me is when I'm going to someplace and my hands are full with a whole bunch of other tools.
Yep. So actually, what I did the other day was, actually it was almost a week ago. I was pushing a carton full of mortar into the crawl space, and I didn't have a light in my hand free, so I stuck it on my belt, turned the light on, and pointed it away from my body, so it shined a light ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
And
so
it was hands free.
So this is cool.
So
you're saying, hold on.
it was on my body without me holding it, and it was shining light.
Hold on. Check that out, guys. Guys, let me shut the lights off. So, the days of you having to have a light on your, the days of you having to have a light on your hat, visor, whatever. Check that out. So he is essentially, he can work. He can do all that. So you've not done that right there? That's what I thought you were getting
I haven't
at.
done this.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. The way I was talking about doing is, tilting it up. And as I crawled through the crawl space on my stomach, this shot up past me, and I could see light in front of me as I'm crawling like this.
Yeah.
So, but I do definitely like this method. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were getting at right there.
Yeah, because if you're walking, say, if you're out for a night walk or anything, this method is awesome. It's a lot better than the head styles, because those always like to wander down in front of your eyes.
Yeah, well, this is cool. This is very cool. All right, I think that's it. I think this is an awesome light. I don't think they're overcharging for it. And this DeWALT 12-volt line, I was a doubter in the beginning, but I think it's pretty good. They're pretty good tools.
I do have to say, pre my set of drills that I have, I don't think their set was fully there either.
They weren't.
They weren't.
They
So,
weren't. And that's why
after they've came out with the new sets.
The new 12 volt DeWalts are compact. They pack a bunch of power. But all right, I think we've talked enough about this.
Yep.
Because we're going to be talking about it more in the next video. So hopefully you enjoyed. Once again, this is Darren with Confident Home Solutions and Harley with this excellent DeWalt 12 volt light.
Mwah.